everybody, Simistic this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, headed out to one of my local pawn shops and picked myself up 21 new Laserdiscs for a total of $15. A fantastic deal, got some really good titles in there as well. And I wasn't even planning on stopping at this pawn shop. It's a store I don't usually frequent too often because it's not really in the best of neighborhoods. And it's on a very busy street where there's usually never any parking. But I was in the area, figured I would drive past, and sure enough, right out front, there was a parking spot. Figured it was meant to be. Pulled in, walked into the store, started looking through their DVDs. They had this huge wall of DVDs. Surprisingly, nothing in there I really needed. There was one or two titles I thought about picking up, but they were scratched. So as I'm walking out, I see a bunch of bins of records. I figured I'm going to sit down and look just really quickly through them to see if there's any Laserdiscs. And sure enough, there was a ton of them. A lot of weird stuff in there. Some things like Lord of the Dance Laserdiscs and like Bagpipe Laserdiscs and a lot of really weird stuff. But there was also some really good titles that I didn't have yet. So let's take a look at what I got. So here they are. And the first title I got was Trading Places, a classic. Then I got Take 5 2 AV Laser Sampler Disc, as it says, for demonstration purposes only, not for sale. Very cool to have this. This is one of the demo discs they'd be playing in a store. Just basically showing off the format of Laserdisc. It's, you know, you'd see a whole wall of TVs in a place like Sam Goody or something, and this is what they'd be playing. So very cool to have this since it's not actually something that was for retail. Then I got Son of a Woman, great Al Pacino movie. Secret of My Success, fantastic Michael J. Fox movie, love this one. Then I got Rambo 3, which I actually already own, but I don't have this release, so very cool to have that. Romancing a Stone, another classic. Pet Sematary 2, love this movie. I love the first one, and I even love the second one. I think it's great. The Naked Gun, very happy to have this because I have the second one. Still need to get the third one on Laserdisc. Then I got MGM UA Home Video Laserdisc Sampler. This is another one that's for promotional use only. Very cool to have that. And I even got a second one too. This one, I believe, the first one was from 92. I think this one's from 93. So very, very cool to have this. Just, I love having these. They're just so much fun. I'm definitely looking forward to checking these out, even though, you know, they're not necessarily a movie. It's just what you would see playing in a store, but these are just really cool to own for collecting purposes. Then I got My Stepmother is an Alien, a movie that I've been thinking about getting for a while now. I come across this one a lot on VHS, every now and then on DVD, but for whatever reason, hadn't picked it up yet, so looking forward to checking that out. Then I got The Island. This looks really cool, and not released to DVD. It's only on DVD-R, so very cool to have that. Then I got The Inner Circle. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, classic. Gold Diggers, another movie that's only been released to DVD-R, and I'm really looking forward to checking this one out, because I remember this one from when I was a little kid, but I never saw it, so definitely looking forward to checking that out. Dead Calm, this looks interesting too, looks like a great movie. Then I got The Dark Half, definitely looking forward to checking this one out, based on a Stephen King book and written by George A. Romero, very cool, this should be a great watch. I got Caddyshack, another title that I actually already have on Laserdisc, but I don't have this release, so cool to own that. The Breakfast Club, we all know that's a classic. And finally, Anastasia, a movie I've wanted to see for a while now, so definitely looking forward to checking that out. So that's it for what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today I checked out Not the Messiah, He's a Very Naughty Boy, brought to us by the makers of Spamalot. This is definitely something I wanted to check out. Wasn't 100% sure what it was going into it. I knew it was some sort of live performance. I didn't know if it was more like a stand-up type thing or what. Turns out what it actually is a musical, or I think they actually called it something else. It wasn't necessarily a musical because there's not really, there's not like a big stage with, you know, backdrops and all kinds of things like that going on. It's basically just people singing and telling a story. It's done in the same style as the, again, musical or whatever you want to call it of Messiah. It's done in the same style, but instead of being about Jesus Christ, it's about Brian. And if you've seen The Life of Brian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for the most part, that's what this is. It follows the story of the life of Brian. It embellishes a little bit more and does some other things that they don't tell you in the actual movie. But for the most part, it follows that story. And if you've seen Life of Brian, if you're a huge fan of Life of Brian, then this is just a great watch. As far as laughs go, not the funniest thing in the world. There were some decent laughs. I did laugh out loud here and there, but not super funny. I would just say it's more enjoyable for a fan of Life of Brian. It's just interesting to see it done in a different way. And again, it is all, you know, done with a big orchestra and Eric Idle and 3 other singers singing, and the 3 other or I guess 4 other singers, and the 4 other singers are actually like operatic singers. They're really good, as opposed to Eric Idle, who, you know, he sounds okay, but definitely nothing compared to these other 4 singers. So it's just the 5 of them just singing about the life of Brian. And it's just really funny. Again, it's definitely got comedy in it. I mean, it is Monty Python, so it's definitely got some great comedic moments in it. And like I said, not the funniest thing in the world, but it does have some great funny moments. We get guest appearances from other classic Monty Python members. It is great to watch if you're a huge Monty Python fan and you're a big fan of Life of Brian. For the just average Monty Python fan, you're probably not going to enjoy it. It's, you know, again, it's just some people singing about the life of Brian. It's not your typical Monty Python, so this isn't going to be for everybody, but for diehard fans, this is definitely something to check out. I know my wife didn't understand it. She was asking why I was even watching this, but, you know, as a fan of Life of Brian, I absolutely love that movie. Just as a fan, I got this. It spoke to me, and I found it great just watching the story being sung, basically. And it's a fantastic watch. Again, if you're a Python fan, if you're a Life of Brian fan, then definitely check it out. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely a fantastic haul from my local pawn shop. Getting all those Laserdiscs, 21 discs for only $15 was a great deal. They were marked at $1 a piece, but the guy said if I got a bunch, he would give me a deal. And yeah, 15 bucks for 21 discs. Sounds good to me. And also watching Not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. I loved it, but then again, I am a huge Python fan. So if you are a Python fan, it's definitely worth checking out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya.